Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So in this video, I'll talk about my overall investments with Altgraf. I'll discuss how the repayments have been. I'll also talk about some discrepancies that I have recently noticed in IRRs and the repaid amount. And finally, I'll talk about the reports that I use and find really helpful in tracking my overall portfolio performance. Alright, so this is the first account. In this account, I have invested in total 4 deals, and this is the invested amount. Out of this amount, this much is outstanding, and this amount has been repaid till now. Right? I can see the active investments are 3, and these are long-term investments from 6 months to 14 months, and some of the partial payment has been repaid, and some has still been processed. Talking about fully repaid investment, so one investment has been fully repaid. It was a small investment of 50,000, and this is the net IRR that I got in that investment. So these are the upcoming repayments that I can see on my dashboard. So this is the next payment. I can click on this and look at the investment of the overall investment. I can see that in this particular investment, 4 repayments have been completed on time, and 2 repayments are still left. Right, so I can also see this in Excel format. So this is the downloaded sheet, and as we can see, the expected repayment date and the actual repayment dates are same as of now. There could be delays in future, but as of now everything has been on time, and the amount is also as promised. So yes, similarly we can check other investments as well. Let me just go back to the dashboard and see any other. So let me just go on to this one. So this opportunity was a slightly longer as compared to the other one. This was 14-month deal, and the expected IRR was 17.45. This is a risky opportunity, but I knew what I was going into, so I was fine with it. As of now, there has been only one repayment, and that has been on time. Coming back to the main dashboard, here I can also see my overall transactions here. So if I've made a recent investment, it will show up here, and all the repayments that have been done. I can also see this in an Excel format. So this is how the recent transactions look like. So recently I'd invested in an opportunity, and it is visible here. This is very similar to a bank account statement, if you will. And the repayments that I have received, again I invested in an opportunity on this particular date, so everything is visible here. So yes, really user-friendly dashboard, and this is how it looks. Now let's go to the second account. So this is the second account. In this account also I had invested in total 4 deals, but all of these deals were short-term, and the overall investment has been repaid. So if we check the active investments, they'll show 0, and if we check the repaid investment, the entire thing has been repaid, and I realized a total of 13.72% out of these 4 deals. If we go down, there's nothing in the upcoming repayments, and in the recent transactions we can check everything, all the repayments and the investments that I had made. Now let's check individual investment. So these were 4 investments. All of these were invoice discounting here. That's why they were short-termed. Let's go into the detail of this one. This particular deal, the investment was made on 10th of July, and the expected date was 9th October, but I got the repayment earlier on 31st August. If we check the details here, you can see that the expected amount was 51,388. However, the repayment was done earlier, so the repaid amount was also different from what was expected. Right? So the net realized IRR was 11.83, and the pre-tax was 11.75. Now there's a small discrepancy here. If I check this myself, I'll see that the IRRs do not match. So let's say 50,000, and the net amount was 507. Let me just copy this. And 31st August and 10th of July. 10th of July and 31st August. So as per my calculation, the net XIRR realized is 11.59%. However, they showed 11.83%. So to get a better understanding, we'll just download their Excel sheet here. So this is the downloaded sheet, and if we check here closely, we'll see that the investment date as per their accounts show as 11th of July, right? And here it shows 10th July, and this is because it takes 1 day to get into the system, right? So if I change the date here as 11th July, now it will show the same as what is being shown here. So yes, there is small difference here, and you should be aware when you're making your investments here so that there's no conflict. Let's go back to the other investments. If we see there's a small difference in IRR here as well, so let's check this one. So the investment was made on 11th July. The promise was 13th September repayment, but the repayment was done earlier on 12th September, and hence there was a slight difference in amount repaid and the net XIRR realized, right? So let us check the realized IRR here as well. So as you can see, the date here is 12th of July and 12th of September. However, here it shows 11th of July, right? And the disbursement was done on 12th July. So when we calculate it from 12th July to 12th September, this would be the realized IRR. So yes, that's more or less about the second account. Now let's go to the third account. Okay, so this is the third account. In this account, there were total two investments. One was in corporate debt and the other was invoice discounting. One has been fully repaid and the net realized IRR was 14, and the other one is still in process. It is being repaid. It was a slightly long-term investment. Coming down, I can see that only the corporate debts are in upcoming repayments. In recent transactions, I can see all of the repayments that I have received, including invoice discounting and corporate debt. Checking out individual investments. So if I check the fully repaid investment invoice discounting, everything here was on time, unlike the other ones. The investment date was 17 July. The expected date was 1st October, and the received actual date of receiving was also 1st October. That's why there was no difference in the amount as well. Talking about this investment, let's see this one. So this was an 8-month deal, and the expected IRR was 14.86. Out of these, 3 have been repaid. All of these have been on time, and 5 are still pending. So that's more or less about all of my investments with Altgraf. In total, I have invested a little more than 7 lakhs with the Altgraf, and I have been fairly happy with how things have been going on. As I showed, there are sometimes discrepancies in the date of repayment and the actual amount repaid, but the net result is overall satisfactory. Also, I'll recommend whenever you are investing in such platforms, always do your due diligence, take help from the reports, and check the numbers as much as you can, so that you have confidence on the investments that you are making. In case you have any questions about my journey with this particular platform, feel free to ask anything. I would be happy to help, and have a great day.